Geoffrey Chaucer, the man who changed the history of English literature, the incredible story behind the Canterbury Tales. Imagine this. More than 650 years ago, one man wrote a book whose influence is still felt in the world's greatest universities today. The son of an ordinary wine merchant, a soldier, a prisoner of war, a diplomat, a royal official, and ultimately, the man remembered as the father of English literature. But what made Geoffrey Chaucer so extraordinary? Why is the Canterbury Tales still regarded as one of the greatest literary masterpieces ever written? Today we'll explore the incredible life of Geoffrey Chaucer, a story that is not only about a writer, but also about courage, perseverance, and a man who transformed the course of literary history. Childhood. An extraordinary boy from an ordinary family. Around 1343, Geoffrey Chaucer was born in the bustling city of London, England. His father, John Chaucer, was a successful wine merchant. Although his family lived comfortably, no one could have imagined that this young boy would one day reshape English literature forever. From an early age, books became his closest companions. While other children spent their time playing, Chaucer immersed himself in stories, poetry, and the pursuit of knowledge. In those days, educated people wrote primarily in Latin or French.
But Chaucer believed that literature should not belong only to nobles and scholars. It should also belong to ordinary people. That bold belief would eventually make him immortal. From the battlefield to captivity. As a young man, Chaucer entered the royal court and began serving the English crown. Soon, however, destiny led him to the battlefield. He fought as a soldier during the 100 Years' War between England and France. During one fierce battle, he was captured by French forces and became a prisoner of war. Imagine a young soldier, far from home, stripped of his freedom, living behind enemy lines. Fortunately, the King of England paid his ransom, securing his release. That life-changing experience transformed him. He realized that the greatest stories were not about kings alone, but about ordinary people, their struggles, dreams, love, greed, joy, and sorrow. Traveling the world and finding inspiration. Recognizing his intelligence and talent, the king later appointed Chaucer to several diplomatic missions across Europe. He traveled through France, Italy, and many other countries. In Italy, he encountered the remarkable works of Dante Alighieri, Francesco Petrarch, and Giovanni Boccaccio. Among them, Boccaccio's masterpiece, the Decameron, left an especially deep impression on him. It inspired Chaucer to believe that the stories of everyday people could become timeless literature. From that inspiration, one of history's greatest literary works began to take shape. The Canterbury Tales, the book that changed everything. Around 1387, Geoffrey Chaucer began writing the Canterbury Tales. It was far more than just a collection of stories. It became a vivid portrait of medieval England. The story follows 29 pilgrims traveling together to the shrine at Canterbury. They come from every walk of life: a knight, a merchant, a monk, a farmer, a physician, a lawyer, the wealthy and the poor, all journeying together along the same road. To make the long trip more enjoyable, they agree that each traveler will tell a story. Some share tales of love. Others recount heroic adventures. Some entertain with humor. Others boldly criticize corruption, hypocrisy, and religious deception. Each character feels authentic. Each story reflects the realities of human life. That is why, after more than 6 centuries, the Canterbury Tales continues to captivate readers around the world. Why is he called the father of English literature?
Chaucer's greatest achievement was his courage to write in the language of ordinary people.
At a time when Latin and French dominated literature, he chose to write in Middle English. He proved that a language gains its true power through the people who speak it. His work helped establish English as a respected literary language. Because of his groundbreaking contribution, English literature entered an entirely new era. That is why Geoffrey Chaucer is remembered today as the father of English literature. His final years and lasting legacy. On October 25, 1400, Geoffrey Chaucer passed away, but his influence never died. He was buried in the famous Westminster Abbey in London. Over time, his burial place became the foundation of what is now known as Poets' Corner, where many of Britain's greatest poets and writers were later laid to rest. It was history's own way of honoring a literary pioneer. Conclusion. Even today, the Canterbury Tales is studied in schools, colleges, and universities across the globe. Because Geoffrey Chaucer did more than write stories, he wrote about humanity. He showed that literature becomes timeless when it speaks the language of the human heart.
The son of a wine merchant, a soldier, a prisoner of war, a diplomat, a royal servant, and finally, one of the brightest stars in the history of English literature. Centuries have passed, yet Geoffrey Chaucer's name lives on, not only in history books, but also in the hearts of readers everywhere. If you enjoyed this remarkable journey through history and literature, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories from the past. Thank you for watching.